Okay, so warm up for day 2 and 3 of week 17. Okay, so on day 2, our first box is 2,622 divided by 3. 3 goes into 26 8 times. 8 times 3 is 24. Subtract. Bring down the 2. 3 goes into 22 7 times. 7 times 3 is 21. Subtract. Bring down the next 2. 3 goes into 12 4 times. 4 times 3 is 12 with 0 remainder. My answer is 874. Okay. Second problem. 6,940 divided by 10 squared. First of all, what's 10 squared? Another name for 10 squared is, everybody nice and loud, 100. Okay, so I'm looking at, what do I need to do? I'm moving my decimal place, where I'm going to my staircase 2 places. So 1, 2, and my answer is 69.4. 2 zeros, 2 places over, because I'm getting smaller because I'm dividing. So here's my answer. Find the area of the rectangle. So it's 6/7 of a yard times 1 yard. Okay, because I'm multiplying to find an area of any rectangular object, I'm going to do multiply length times width, which is 6/7 times what? 1. And I could just say 1 over 1. 6 times 1 is 6. 7 times 1 is 7. So 6/7 yards. I'm gonna pause this. Okay, so since I have yard times yard, I end up with yard squared. So that's the difference here. Make sure you have your yard squared in your answer. Okay. Next we have, write an expression for the calculation, subtract the difference of 20 and 13 from 70. Write an expression for the calculation, subtract the difference of 20 and 13 from 70. So now we're having lots of subtraction signs, right? I'm checking, make sure I write this right. Okay, so we have 20 and 13. Okay, the difference of 20 and 13. I know the difference is the answer to a subtraction problem, so I have this written down. And then it says, subtract this whole thing, quantity from this, from 70. So I would put 70 up here, so 70 minus this. We're not going to put 70 after here. You could logically think that that is wrong, because you would not have minus 70, because then you have a negative number, which you haven't learned yet. Sorry. That's next year. So it'd be wrong. So this is the answer. No exceptions. Okay. Day 3. Write the inequality. So we have 11 and 437 thousandths versus 11 and 473 thousandths. So similar, that's the same. 4 and then 4 is the same. Then I look at the hundredths place, 3 and 7. So which one's bigger? This one, 73 is bigger than 37. So 473 thousandths is bigger. Shark. Okay. Brooke's recipe says to sift together 5/8 a teaspoon of baking powder with 1/3 of a teaspoon of salt. How many teaspoons does Brooke sift all together? Okay, first of all, this in real life, this would never, ever, ever be in a recipe. I'm just telling you. However, they're just trying to cause you some grief. It's fine. 5/8 of a teaspoon. It says, how many teaspoons does Brooke sift all together? So we're sifting the baking powder, plus we're sifting the salt. Okay, so if we're sifting it together and it's asking how many teaspoons all together, I'm going to be adding 5/8 plus 1/3. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm adding these together, but my first question is always, do I have a common denominator? Denominators are down on the bottom. Are these the same? No. So I need to change them. I'm not changing the meaning of it. I'm just changing what it looks like. What do I need? What is a common denominator between 8 and 3? If you're not sure, you just what? We just count. So let's do the counting. Okay, so we have 8, 16, 24, 32. Let's start with those 4. Then 3, we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Do we have any common things yet? Yeah. What is a common? 24. So that's our common denominator. Okay, now, what do I need to multiply 8 by to get 24? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. What do I mean to multiply 3 to get 24? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I'm just multiplying across. 5 times 3 is 15. 8 times 3 is 24. 1 times 8 is 8. 3 times 8 is 24. Okay, I'll rewrite my problem. 15 24ths plus 8 24ths. And all I have to do now, I have a common denominator. I just add the numerators. So 15 plus 8 is 23 24ths teaspoons. What? Evs. Whatever. That is not really what's ever going to happen in your baking life, but we'll move on. We should write our congressman. Okay, next. Rachel is putting 3,902 bagels into boxes. I hope she's getting paid good money for that. That is a lot of work. Okay. If she puts 8 bagels in each box, how many boxes can she fill? Ooh, the answer is a mixed number. Okay, so we have 3,900 bagels. So we have all these bagels. La 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 la. There they are. And 2. Okay, there's 3,902 bagels right there. Now how many are in each box? How am I going to figure out how many boxes I need? How many sets of 8 do I need? And how do I figure that out mathematically, Abby?
3,902 divided by 8.
Okay, my total number of bagels divided by how many I can put in each box. And then it'll tell me how many boxes I need. Okay, so can 8 go into 3? No. Can 8 go into 39? Yes. 4 times 8 is 30, not 82, 32. 7 remaining, bring down the 0. 8 goes into 70 8 times. 8 times 8 is 64. 8 goes into 62 how many times? 7. 7 times 8 is 56. Okay, and what do I have left over? 6 out of a possible 8. So I'm leaving my answer as 487 and 6/8. Now, to take one step farther, we would reduce this fraction into what's called simplest terms.